Hello everybody, here I am in MarineVerse Cup. It is a freezing cold night, ice all over the place outside where I live in Massachusetts. So I figured I would get a little sailing in MarineVerse Cup. And I was just playing around with a couple of things, using the cockpit winches, which I don't usually do in this game. It's easier to just use the Joy-Con to trim the jib and the main. So I am playing around with the cockpit winches. I was also noticing you actually hold this part of the wheel, and I should add, I'm not really paying attention to where I'm going here or my boat speed. I mean, it looks, look at the compass here. It looks like I am going east, and I'm kind of on a beam reach here. I'm sitting on the low side of the boat, which I like to do a lot in real life. So it's nice to kind of be back sitting on the low side of the boat, looking up at the jib and the main here. But I'll demonstrate kind of how I use the cockpit winches in a second. Before I do that, though, I was looking at. I didn't realize you could. I usually grab the wheel here, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty tight. The controls in this game with these Joy-Cons, when you grab the wheel, are pretty tight. So, like in real life, the Joy-Con looks a lot like the one in the game does, like what I'm showing right here. It looks a lot like that. And it has these same two buttons, like the trigger button here and then the grip button here. And when the grip button is pressed in the game, what I'm demonstrating right now, that's when I press that button in real life, and that's how you grip the wheel. You have to, if you don't do anything, it doesn't grip it.
Where are you
do that grip button,
please
grips
come
the
back
wheel.
to the
I'm getting near the edge. Hold on, let me tack. Ready, boat? Heartily. Right. And in this case, I just use the. Sitting on the low side. So in this case, I use the Joy-Con to trim the jib on that tack. But I'll show you the cockpit winches in a second. I actually want to do it when I'm on port tack, just because I'm right-handed and it's easier than kind of reaching over here. Actually, I guess I could do that. Actually, I guess, yeah, I could. All right. So I'm gonna take the wheel in my left hand and come up. It's like the wind's coming out of the north, so I'll come up, maybe come up to kind of a close halt here. And as I do, probably gonna lose boat speed. You see, I'm doing seven and a half over ground right now. So I'm gonna come up maybe to like 290, something like that. And as you can see, as I get more to a close, I'm into the wind a little bit there, but as you can see, as I'm a little bit close hauled here, now my jib is luffing. So I'm going to reach over and use the cockpit winch to trim it. So again, same kind of thing, that grabbing technique that I was showing earlier, and I can trim in that jib, probably bring it in a little more. And yeah, you see that got me a little more boat speed. Now I'm back up to like 6.5 there, and then with a helm I'll come up a little more. I'd probably come in a bit too on the main here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, and just kind of sit. I'm actually in real life. I'm sitting on the edge of my bed. Again, it's like I think it's like high 20s Fahrenheit outside there where I live. The driveway is just like a sheet of ice. So it's really nice to just be sitting on the low side of a yacht, even if it's in VR. I guess it's just kind of what you have to settle for in January in Massachusetts. We'll go ahead and tack again, and I'll show the use of the cockpit winch on the starboard side there. So let me go ahead and tack back over, and let me actually get on the high side here. Let me bring it over. So let me come up and build a little boat speed for the tack. You don't really have to do that in this game, but it's just kind of instinctual here. So take a look around behind me. A little quick traffic check here. Nobody's around. In the cruising modules, or this is, I guess they have a newer one that's actually called cruising. But in this free sail module that I'm in right now, there's never any traffic. There's never any other boats around. All right, so let me go ahead and tack over here onto port. And then I'll use this cockpit winch here to go ahead and trim in my jib. And you'll see if I tack over and do, kind of a tight tack, I don't know how many degrees it is, but, kind of tack it right back to close haul. You see my jib, just like in real life, needs to be trimmed in. It got fully released. I reach over at that cockpit winch and go ahead, if I can remember which way to turn it, and trim in that way. And again, just to show you, the other way to trim the jib is with the little joystick on my, adjust that jib a little more as I come up to close haul here. The other way to trim that jib is with the Joy-Con, and that way's a lot quicker. That's what I do when I play this game like racing. And suppose I tacked it over, I just, with my thumbs, I just quickly trim the jib and the main, right back to where I want them. It's a lot quicker than using these winches. But I think maybe because it's the dead of the winter and I just, feel the urge to grind on a cockpit winch here and trim in a jib, been using the winches. But I guess just before I kind of end the video here, let me go forward real quick. Just show you guys again. I've done a bunch of videos on MarineVerse Cup, or not a bunch, I've done a few. But it's nice to come up to the bow of a boat too. Look at this, you got the bow pulpit here, and the bowsprit, drum, the roller furling. It's nice to just be on a boat. Again, even though it's VR, and what happened to my mail? Oh, it's just behind the mast now. Okay, cool. It's just nice to be on a boat this time of year. If you live in Massachusetts here, it's, yeah, but, sailing season's right around the corner, so let's get back into the cockpit here. Let's bear off a little. Alright, cool, I think I'm going to call it there, but yeah, post any comments or what have you down in the comment section. Thanks for watching.